Kumano-Kodo. It's an old road from Osaka to Kumano Hongu Shrine located in Wakayama prefecture. For over 1,000 years, people from all around of Japan, all levels of society, even the retired emperor, have tried to walk that road. In present day, we can go Kumano so easily taking a car or train and enjoy a short trail from the neighbor town from Kumano Hongu Shrine. Actually, almost some people who want to visit Kumano would choose those ways. Of course, it's definitely worth trying those short trails, I think. In fact, I also have walked those short roads in past. But how it's gonna be if I really walk that road like an ancient man? What kind of sceneries did they see and what kind of sceneries will I see? How it's gonna be if I shoot a video of walking the road and release it to the world? One day, that kind of question had occupied my brain. And I decided walking that road actually by myself. This time, I won't narrate too much, because I want you to enjoy this video as if you were actually walking Kumano-Kodo. So I'll narrate only the parts that are absolutely necessary. Please enjoy walking the Kumano-Kodo with me. Vamos! This time, we start walking the Kumano-Kodo from Tenmabashi, Osaka prefecture. In the old era, people had down the Yodo River from Kyoto and arrived at this place. This place is called Hachikenya. From here, our long journey to Kumano begins. Turn right and just heading south. You can see a gentle slope in front of you. That is called Uemachi Plateau. The Osaka Castle is at the top of this plateau. We found a map. It's gonna be a really long road. Are you ready? These statues on the road indicates we are walking the Kumano-Kodo. It says Kumano Kaido, almost same meaning. We'll find so many statues while this journey. This is the first big temple of our trip. It's called Shitennoji Temple, located in Tennoji Ward, Osaka City. It was established in 593 by Shotoku Taishi, a most famous man of imperial family. These buildings aren't the original, rebuilt in 20th century. But it's worth visiting here. You can feel the long history of Osaka. Let's keep walking. Wow, is that Osaka Castle? Sorry, it's a kind of love hotel. We are in front of the Tennoji station. I guess here is the most urban place in this journey. Just heading south. Now we are at Abe-no-Oji Shrine. Oji is a place where rituals were performed by the pilgrim. From 12th century, the journey of Kumano Kodo became so popular. So they built those shrines along the road, and that number exceeded 100. They were called as Kumano Kujuku Oji. Kujuku means 99. Now, almost of those shrines were crushed, but some of them are still remaining. It's an important mission for the pilgrims to visit those oji. This is the final place of today. We are at Sumiyoshi Grand Shrine now. This is the most famous shrine of Osaka, the head office of 2,300 Sumiyoshi shrines. In the first 3 days of a new year, about 2 million people come and pray. This shrine was built in 211, one of the oldest shrines in Japan. It was built by Jingu Kogo, the empress at that period. It was dedicated to Sumiyoshi Sanshin, the 3 gods of the sea. When the empress decided to invade Shiragi, a country of Korean peninsula at that period, she built this shrine and prayed for the gods, and she successfully invaded. For that reason, this shrine is considered as a god of navigation. Anyway, let's end the day. Good morning. Let's resume our journey from Sumiyoshi Grand Shrine. This shrine is called Todoroki Hime no... Anyway, we call it Wakamatsu Shrine. This river comes from Nara prefecture called Yamato in the old era. We can see mountains of Nara far away. Now we are going into Sakai City, the second largest city in Osaka prefecture. Sakai City is famous for its ancient tombs. There are so many tombs still remaining. It's not only famous of those tombs, but also known as an industry and commerce. In Sengoku period, this city was so prospered through foreign trade. Turn right in front of the Osaka prison. Sakai means border in Japanese. The Sakai city was the border of 3 countries, Setsu, Izumi, and Kawachi. And the next shrine will tell us about the history of this place. The god of this shrine is a god of direction. This kanji character is called Mikuni-gaoka, a hero of 3 countries. This shrine is at the tri-point, the place that doesn't belong to any country, so the people consider the shrine as a god of direction. Now we found a tomb. These tombs were dedicated to the emperors of ancient periods. There are 44 tombs in Sakai City. Once upon a time, there were over 100 tombs in this place, but many of them were demolished by the residential land development. But some of them are still remaining. We can see the panorama of Sakai City from here. Now we are going to see the biggest tomb in Japan. Here is the back of that tomb. Let's go to the front. Before getting in front of that tomb, we can see other small tombs. This is so. And this too. So many tombs indeed, but they just look like small hills. Just 50 meters left. Finally, we come to the front of the biggest tomb. This tomb is the biggest 3 graves in the world. Another one is the pyramid of Khufu, and the other one is the mausoleum of Qin Shi Huang. But it just looks like a big forest. You can see it from the observation deck of Sakai City Hall, but it's not the whole picture. It expresses that the tomb is too big. Let's continue walking. This shrine was established in BC 469, about 2,500 years ago. It is one of the oldest shrines in Japan, needless to say. It was dedicated to the Abyss god, one of the 7 lucky gods. He is the only god from Japan. Other gods are entirely from foreign country. He is considered as a god of business prosperity and strongly respected in Osaka. You can see a lot of doors, paintings, and statues everywhere in Osaka. Now we've come to another big shrine. This shrine is dedicated to him, called Yamato Takeru no Mikoto. He was a son of Keiko Tenno, a legendary hero of Japan's history. He went on a lot of expeditions to the east and the west by the order of his father. He won every war, but when he was going back to Yamato, Nara prefecture at that time, he was dead from illness in Kameyama city, Mie prefecture. His soul changed to a swan and flew to Kotohiki Nohara in Nara prefecture. Then he flew again to Furuichi village, Habikino city in Osaka. There are 3 graves of him at each 3 places. We're going to walk through a shopping street with a nostalgic atmosphere. This was a kind of game center. This was a public bath. Many of them were already closed, but they remind us an unique ambience. We are going to visit the last shrine of today. Tonogi is the name of this region, which was the name of a clan of this place. Once upon a time, in the era of Nintoku Emperor, there was a big tree at the west of Tonoki River. The shadow of that tree reached the Awaji Island at the west of Osaka Bay. They made a ship from that tree, and the ship sailed so fast. They brought the sacred water from Awaji Island for the emperor. That's a story of this region. Good night. Good morning. Let's start the third day. We reached Takaichi City from Sakai City yesterday. It's not Takaichi, the name of Japan's Prime Minister of today. Anyway, let's start walking. We are at the south part of Osaka, and it has an expansive land. I always feel like I'm in California for some reason. This region is famous of its glass industry, and it's called Izumi glass. The technique was introduced in the late 19th century and established in the early 20s. You can see those small factories through the road of this region. We found something. Let's see. That was a kind of Oji statue. And that was too. We're gonna see a lot of the same kind of small Oji statues from now on. We are at an important shrine of this region. Izumi is the name of an old country located in the south part of Osaka. Izumi means a spring in English. At 4th century, when the Jingu Empress visited here, a spring suddenly burst forth here. That was the origin of Izumi country. And the name is still remaining as Izumi City that we are at. Another Oji statue is there. We could do nothing because the statue was at a yard of someone's house. Go across the river. We've arrived at Kishiwada City, one of the south city of Osaka. This city is famous for its unique festival called Danjiri Matsuri. Danjiri is a kind of parade float decorated it and unique style of each region. In September and November, we can see those danjiri running through this city. That old shrine is in the yard of a company. Many ojis were demolished, but the people are strictly preserving the religious customs. From here, we can see the beautiful mountains of Nara Prefecture. We are at Kaizuka City now. Kaizuka means a kind of shell mound. But the name is not concerned to shell. Kai is one of the pronunciation of sea because almost of this region was at the sea once upon a time. So there are many shrines dedicated to the gods of sea like Sumiyoshi. Good night. Today is the fourth day. Let's start walking again. We visit so many Oji ruins today. May the force with us. Let's go next. This shrine was dedicated to the god of rain. This area gets little rain from a long time ago and there aren't big rivers. So praying for the rain god was an important thing for the people of old era. There are a lot of old Japanese style houses still remaining here. We're gonna cross a country road number 26. We can easily go to Wakayama by car, but it isn't our way. These big lakes are still remaining. It reminds us that this place was a sea. A new Oji statue appeared. Thank you for the handmade map of Kumano Kodo. As the statue suggested, we are at Izumi Sano City now. This city is at the center between Osaka City and Wakayama City, and is located on the opposite shore of Kansai International Airport. This highway is bound for the airport. I guess many tourists have visited that airport, but they haven't explored this city. So, I'll show you how the Izumi Sano City is. There are much of old wood-made houses remaining from a long time ago. Once we're going to get to the national road. This vast scenery is one of the charm points of this city. And these old streets have its own unique, nice atmosphere too. It is remaining from Sengoku period about 500 years ago. In fact, you can find some graves and statues in that era. Anyway, I'm gonna shut my mouth up. That was very Japanese, isn't it? We found a statue. In the end of Sengoku era, there was a huge war between Eastern Army and Western Army. This is called Osaka Natsu-no-jin, and the war was started from here. Finally, the Eastern Army won the war and the Sengoku period was over. This place was an encampment of Eastern Army. They saw the Western Army from here. Let's continue walking. We are at Shindachi region, Sennan city. This region is known as the post town of Kumano Kodo. The atmosphere of the old era is perfectly remaining by the effort of people of this region.
30分のロケットがまあまあはるかまあでも結構山が近づいてきた。峠を次回越えるんだな。
Once we get over the hill, we can see a beautiful sunset.
まさにこの仙南の地に
The sun sinks into the cradle of the mountains. Behind those mountains, there is the Wakayama prefecture there.
あれに乗って帰るんだ。今日あれや。1月17日やった。新鮮ピア。
I didn't expect that I could be able to see such a great scenery. I was so lucky. Please visit this place if you have time and the weather is nice. Now we've arrived at Hannan City. This is the southernmost city of Osaka. Tomorrow, we'll finally reach Wakayama. Good night. Good morning. Let's start the final day of this term. The first Oji statue was at the near of Izumi Tottori Station, and the second statue is too small. Today, we're gonna climb that mountain. Are you ready? The Oji statues of this region are too small. Don't miss it. It's our mission to see them all. It seems there is a nice old street. It means this street is called Kishu Kaido, an important road from Osaka to Wakayama. Kishu is the old name of Wakayama. This street keeps the atmosphere of old time. That is Yamanaka-Dani Station, the southernmost station of Osaka. What's this statue? This means once there was a checkpoint between Osaka and Wakayama here. People who wanted to walk the Kumano-Kodo had to pay a toll here. Now it's free to go. Ah, that is Wakayama.
山県に。よっしゃ。
We finally arrived at Wakayama prefecture.
和歌山県に。和歌山。
We've walked about 51 kilometers so far. It's still only a quarter. That is the first Oji statue of Wakayama. We still have a long way to go. This is the hardest part of this climbing.
うわ、細い。うわ。うい。あれが。
Look, we can see the Wakayama city over there.
道が見えとる。
The climbing will over soon.
足がしたいわ、細いし。道路してめっちゃ細い。
Now the climbing is over.
めっちゃ動いてきた。
That's the second Oji statue. This Oji statue is at the entrance of Wakayama. Appears when we climb down the mountain.
これ王子のさす。ああ、素晴らしい景色や。
What a nice scenery.
できる。素晴らしいな。
We are going to a shrine called Yamaguchi Shrine.
神社があると思う。
Yamaguchi means an entrance of a mountain. This shrine is strongly concerned to a famous general, Sakaue Tamuramaro. He was born in 758, served 4 kings, selected as the Sei Taishogun twice.
じゃんけん2つあるから。
That's a commander-in-chief of the expeditionary force against in barbarians.
え、これが王子。
In that era, Japan was not yet unified. The dynasty of West Japan wanted to conquer East and chose him as a general. There is another shrine in the back of this Kawanabe Oji statue. Let's see. Oji and shrine, shrine and Oji. And a beautiful, vast sceneries that Wakayama. There are nothing left at that Oji. Now let's see the final Oji of today. Now today's our mission is completed. Let's go back to Osaka. We've seen so many shrines and temples, Oji statues this time. Each one has its own histories, and we could know that because we've walked by our foot. That's the good point of walking, isn't it? See you soon.